don't forget to subscribe for more reviews. Please also like. Thank you.
I don't know what's real anymore. I've opened up the door to nowhere.
Hello there, everyone. This is Nemesis Prime. Spinister and I would like to take just a second and remind you, while you're watching this series on Masterpiece Transformers, that Tom is not attempting to bash or cause any problems to anyone in the community by giving his opinion. You see, opinions are kind of like assholes. Everybody has one, and they all stink. But everybody seems to want to express theirs in 2018, so Tom's just trying to do that himself. Tom really hopes that you enjoys this look at Masterpiece Transformers from, 10 years or whatever it is ago, and that you enjoy his review, but if you don't, be polite. That's all he would ask. As for me, I'm not going to ask that you just be polite. In the event that you're not polite, I will quite simply shoot you in the face. Thank you very much for watching. Poof! Is that a Masterpiece Transformer? He just looks like a big dummy to me. Ah, spinster! Hello there, everyone. This is Tom, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at MP03 Masterpiece Grimlock. Now, this just happens to be the Toys R Us exclusive, and I bought this from a guy. It didn't have any instructions or anything else, so we're going to take a look at this, and I think this is the second older Masterpiece figure that I've looked at. So I think we may start as a series. It'll be a small series, because I don't have that many Masterpiece Transformers. But I think we'll take a look at these and look at them from a 2018 perspective. Now, having said that, why don't we go ahead and take a look here at the box. And it's a very nice box. It's got a product shot. It's got your little sticker right here for Toys R Us. It says it's Dinobot leader, two batteries included. It's kind of nice. Side of the box, back of the box. You get more product shots. You can change the eyes. You get the crown, the blaster, and the sword. There's his tech specs. Bottom of the box. Let's see here. Does this have a... It's got a proof of purchase, but I don't see a manufacturing date on it. The MP10 had a 2010 manufacturing date, and I'm pretty sure that was the second or third reissue, and I don't see a date on there anywhere. Top of the box. Alright, so opening this thing up, we get... Do this where you guys can see it. Nothing in the box. Alright, so you see he comes with, let me raise the camera just a touch so you all can see. Oh, not quite that much. Okay, so here he is in the box in his plastic little prison. I have taken out the batteries. Let's see here. Here's his sword, which you can't see. It's just silver or metallic paint and clear. Okay. There's his sword. Here is his blaster. And lastly, here, what's wrong with you, doggo? here is his crown. And I'll just show, I think right now would be a good time to do so, because I'm not going to put the batteries back in. He can wear his crown. It does actually fit on like that. I don't know why the jewel's in the back. That's not a jewel, that's an error. Okay, my dog's whining. I don't know why. Let's see here. Okay, lift these up, lift that down, lift that down. He holds his sword just fine. And his gun just fine as well. Alright. Set those aside. Initial impressions from 2018 on Masterpiece Grimlock here. He's got a really nice metallic visor there. Faceplate is gunmetal. You've got this clear plastic over an Autobot symbol with all this molded detail underneath. This is plastics, but I don't know exactly if it's gold plastic or not, or if it's just regular old plastic. He's got a little bit of heft to him, but not much. His legs are pretty loose. He has blue here. These are translucent pieces. This is plastic. I think that's plastic. That might be die cast. I don't know. This is a dated toy, so we just have to kind of keep that in mind as we're looking at it. As he falls apart on me. Okay. He's got the Autobot symbol that we'll look at in dinosaur mode. He's got a gimmick with his head. I don't remember exactly what it is, but we'll figure it out. He's got some red paint and black pistons. Tail folds up. The leg looks like this, just like every other Dinobot that we've gotten since. Yeah. Tell you what, let's do articulation real fast. Head is on a ball joint. If you all can see that. I don't know if you can see it or not. But, yeah. Head is on a ball joint right there. And you get way good up. Way good down. Well, okay down. The swivel. And he can not really do the confused dog look. These wings get out of the way. His arms are on a ball joint and can do a full 360. They can come out they can come out to there. You get a bicep rotation. I can't tell what that's on. It's probably a mushroom peg. You get a bicep rotation, elbow bend, gets you just under 90 degrees. These things right here move. You get a wrist swivel, and the hand is a fixed piece here, and the thumb here is on a ball joint, and these are all molded one piece, but they do open. Oh, no. I'm sorry. The trigger finger is separate. Okay. Now, he has... Yes, he does have a waist swivel, but it is hindered by this piece back here, and it just is not greatly executed. Let's see here. Hips. Oh wow. Me Grimlock can do Chinese splits. Alright. Let's see here. How about... Holy crap. Me Grimlock do American splits too. Okay. So these are on hinge swivels. I think that's what that is. That is not a universal joint. You have a hinge right here and it swivels at the hip itself. So yeah, that's different from what we're used to nowadays. Most definitively. Definitely? However that goes. Whatever the proper adjective is, yes, that's different. Okay. Alright. So the legs, thigh swivel, they can do that, apparently. Let's see here. You get knee bend. Do we not get... Yeah, we do. Okay. There's a ratchet. I got 3 clicks out of the bend and got it a little over 90 degrees. Okay. The foot, it has a tilt up and down, and this little bit moves with it. This whole assembly moves, and it's meant to be for a rocker. You can get it to go the wrong way, but you really needed it to go in, and it won't really do that. So yeah, this is a masterpiece transformer. Okay, so I know that Fans Project has done theirs. I know Gigapower will eventually do a Grimlock. I think I paid $60 for this thing back a few years ago. So yeah, tell you what, let's do how about we do scale comparison next. Scale comparison wise, let's do measurements first. From shoulder to shoulder, because that's how I measure mine, looks like he's coming in at if I get his arm lined up right, let's see here, about 5 1/4. With all the junk on his back, he's 5 1/2. And from here to here, the top of his arm there is 9 1/2 inches. Sorry, Chose, still doing that old Imperial. Alright, so here he is. Let's see. And here he is with MP10. And as you can see, there is a... he should be bigger. He should be bigger than MP10. Although they both can look up at the camera and say hello. Anyway, he should be bigger. He should be bigger than MP10, and he's not. He's not bigger than MP10. Let's see here. For you Classics fans, here he is with Classics Prime, just to give you a sense of scale. For you movie fans, here he is with Movie Grimlock, who I think is a Voyager, I think. Again, sense of scale. And lastly, here he is with Hasbro Shockwave. Hasbro Shockwave comes up just a little bit past his knee. Alright. And that represents his size and scale. Excuse me. So let's go into transformation. And this guy's transformation is rather simplistic as far as, you know, I've messed around with some of the Gigasaurus stuff. I haven't had any of the Fans Project stuff, but from a perspective of transformation, it's pretty simple. Now, Bobby Skullface talks about the fun of flipping it back and forth. And let's look at this and see if, from your perspective, you would think this is a fun flipping back and forth transformation. Okay, so let's see here. Let's knock out the hands first. They just fold in. There's a little flap right here. Hands just fold right in. Okay. Now, as it's easier to keep this thing separated than it is apart in most cases. This section comes down to about right here. You tuck the head back, kind of rotate these out of the way, get the chest piece in place, but you don't secure it, you just kind of get it in place for right now. And you bring the head around, and there's a latch right here that's going to fit into a groove into the chest. That's why you don't try and secure it yet. Alright, now move those out of the way. There is a port right here with a corresponding slot in this gold plastic piece here. So what you do is you rotate this around until you can slide that in there, just like that. And then you do it on the other side here, and do your best not to knock it out while you're doing it, because it seems like I can never really get both at the same time. That one's in, and this one, as usual, is fighting me. I had to flex it. I don't like flexing this type of plastic, but it is what it is. Position your legs in place like this. Rotate the head around, and the head does something, and I'll hopefully remember before the end of the review. Get your arms in the right place. Now the legs. The legs are relatively simple if you know what you're doing, and that means that I'm going to have issues with it. Rotate it out so that what looks like this looks like this. And I know that's very scientific for transformation. I'm not really going, I don't think I'll go in this series for specific transformations. I think it's more important to take an actual look at the figure itself. So this rotates around, that comes up, bend your hip in a little bit, and try and get this thing together however the best you can. There we go. Okay, and that'll plug in there. Do the same on this side. Get stuff out of the way. There we go. Pull up this little piece of the tail here, and try and get everything lined up properly so that it will just kind of collapse in together. And if you do it right, you can sandwich the tail together like that. These parts will come in and they'll set where they're supposed to set, and I'm pretty sure there's a locking mechanism here somewhere. I may not have the hips down. There we go. Far enough. Squeeze it all together. Let's see here. It's a little off right there. Okay. Alright. I'm not sure that's 100% correct because no instructions, but we get the general idea here, I think. And there, rotate the biceps there, and there is Masterpiece Grimlock, all transformed in under 5 minutes. I'm kind of proud of myself. So in this mode, from hip to hip, we're looking at 5 1/4 as I'm looking at it. I know it looks like 5 1/2 on the screen, but it's 5 1/4. Let's see here. That's more than a foot from tip to snout. Let's see, and just standing straight up, if I can get him to do that. Let's see, we're looking at, from my perspective down here on the floor, it's 8 3/4 inches. Okay, so scale comparison. Here he is with Grimlock. I know he's probably mistransformed. I don't care. Let's see here. Here he is with Bumblebee. And for you Classics fans, here he is with Ultra Magnus. And I know this stuff doesn't scale properly, but that's not the point. Articulation in this mode. His arms are on a ball joint, so you can get some wiggle waggle out of that. This is jointed so it can move out his elbow, and he has 3 claws, all of which are both chromed and individually articulated. His neck has a gimmick, and I can't for the life of me remember how to make it work, but it swings back and forth. He has blue eyes. You can take those off and pull this down and rotate it like that and give him red eyes if you so desire. I personally like Grimlock with blue eyes, so yeah, there's that. His teeth are nicely chromed, and inside, don't know how well you can see that, he's got one of those little guns that apparently all Dinobots have to have. He's got rivets. Can I get in here to where you all can see? Yeah, he's got rivets along his jawline, which are really nice. Rivets down here. There's that red and black paint that we had earlier. More rivets on the feet. These are gold trimmed. These are die cast. They're cold. They're die cast. That may be the only die cast on him. Back of the figure looks like this. There you've got those translucents and that blue. The tail can wiggle waggle a little bit. Since these are the shoulder joints, you get all the articulation that you had before. He can store his gun in this mode. I've seen it done. Somehow or another, it's supposed to plug in right here, but there is a possibility that I'm missing a piece, or maybe I just imagined that it could go in there. I would have told you for a fact that it could store on there, but I might well have told you all incorrectly. But that's pretty much his articulation in this mode. He's pretty much he's not a brick, but he's also not superposable, especially by 2018 standards. Okay. Final thoughts wise, I think he's old. I think he's dated, and I don't think that he fits what we need anymore in a modern collection. If you are looking to purchase a Grimlock and you just want one that you can, you know, have and do whatever you want to with, I guess this might work, but I mean, he can't even hold his gun in this other hand. His weapons and his sword have to go into that other hand because he just can't hold them. He doesn't have the articulation or the ability really to hold this stuff the way that it's supposed to. And we only have the one. If we had a full set of Takara Masterpiece Dinobots, then that might be a different story. But as we sit right here again in 2018, he really shows his age. And honestly, I don't know if he's worth collecting at this point. Again, unless you're just one of those people that has to have all the Masterpiece Transformers or really likes the mold. There's nothing wrong really with the mold. It works, it's just dated. And it really shows its age. Thanks for watching this series. Bye. And now, to answer the burning question on everyone's mind, how does Masterpiece Grimlock scale with Metroplex? And as you can see, he comes up fully to, you know, the knee of Metroplex. Again, there's nothing wrong with this figure. He's just dated. And I just don't... I can't recommend him at this point. Alright, thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Alright folks, we're going to do another unboxing, and I'm trying to get through the smaller boxes first just because, so okay, let's start out here, see what we've got going on. Ah, this is something that my daughter, my eldest daughter, made for me. It was her interpretation of a Decepticon. So, yay. Okay. She did that for me for Christmas back in 2016. I don't think those count as Transformers. Let's see here. Alright, here is the gun, or the axe. I think this is one of the axes for an Optimus Prime. I could be wrong. It could be the C+ kit. Here we have the tactical armored staff, blue streak, silver streak, and prowl. That's not Transformer related. Here we have part of a gun. I bet that goes to Ultra Magnus. The Galvatron by Mech Fan Toys. I really liked that. And the last thing in this little box is, oh, another Generations RC gun that I'll probably never find. And here is I'll See by Wei Zhang. So, and that's pretty much everything that's in this box. Alright folks, stay tuned for another unboxing next video. Thanks.